homework was page 40, number 5. Okay, I started, so you've stopped. That's the way it works. Right, so I gave you page 40, number 5. Does anyone need me to do number 5? Right, I gave you page 40, number 6. Does anyone need me to do number 6? I gave you the same page, 13 part 1. Anyone need me to do 13 part 1? And 15 part 1. Do it. Right, so I'm on page 40. We're doing revision. Right, and I asked you to do page 40, so 15 part 1, and it reads x plus 2 to b squared. Right, and in order to do x plus 2 to b squared, it means x plus 2 multiplied by itself. Okay, so that's a short way of writing you to multiply out two sets of brackets. So you split up the first bracket, x, multiplied by the second bracket. The rest of the first bracket plus 2 multiplied by the second bracket, which is x plus 2. Multiplying out there, you get x by x is x squared, x by 2 is 2x, 2 by x is 2x, and 2 by 2 is 4. And then you can put your x terms together in the middle, so you have x squared plus 4x plus 4. Is that right? Okay. Is that good for everyone? Right. Turn off the light. Right. Next ones then I asked you to do, we're on the next page, and I asked you to do 42, number 7. Were you able to do page 42, number 7? Number 8. Anyone need me to do it? No? Great. And then I asked you to do number 15. Does anyone need to do 15? Yes. Right, so 15. So page 42, number 15 reads, express each of the following as a single fraction. So x plus 2 plus 3 all over x plus 4. Right, you have fractions. The minute you have fractions, you have to get a what? Common denominator. What is the common denominator? X plus 2 in one bracket, and what's in the other bracket? X plus 4. So then it's x plus 2 into that goes, so the x plus 2 is there already, so cover it. How many times does it go in? X plus 4 times, isn't it? So it's 2 times x plus 4. Then you have whatever signs in the middle. X plus 4 into the common denominator, so the x plus 4 bit is there already, so how many times does it go in? X plus 2 times, isn't it? So it's basically, for a shortcut, it's 2 times that and 3 times that. Okay? So it's 2 times what's underneath the opposite line and 3 times what's underneath the opposite line. Then always multiply out on top, never multiply out on the bottom. So you have 2x plus 8 plus 3x plus 6 on top. On the bottom you have x plus 2 times x plus 4, and then tidying up on top, you have 2x and 3x makes 5x, and you have 8 and 6, that makes 14. And as I say, you never multiply out in the bottom, so you leave the bottom as it is, which is x plus 2 times x plus 4. And that's your answer. Right? Are we okay? Right. There is one of those on the test on Friday. Okay? I don't mind telling you because you still have to learn how to do them. Okay? Is that right? Can I rub that out so? Will I do number 16 as well? It's like that? Or are you okay with it? Right, do number 16, yeah. Okay. So number 16. Right, number 16 reads 4 all over 2x minus 1 plus 3 all over 2x minus 3. Okay, a fraction and a fraction. So the minute you see fractions, you get a common denominator. What's your common denominator, please? It's 2x minus 1, and in the other bracket, 2x minus 3. Is that okay? Then 2x minus 1 goes into this. So 2x minus 1 is there already. So how many times does it go in? It goes in 2x minus 3 times. So there's a 4 above the line multiplied by 2x minus 3. Then I have a plus sign. The 2x minus 3 goes into the common denominator, cover the 2x minus 3 because it's there already. So how many times does it go in? 2x minus 1 times, isn't it? So it's 3 times 2x minus 1. Then you're just multiplying out on top and tidying it up. So multiply into the bracket by 4. 4 by 2x is 8x. 4 by minus 3 is minus 12. Right? Plus 3 by 2x is 6x. 3 by minus 1 is minus 3. Okay? And underneath the line stays the exact same. And then you finish tidying up on top, you can put your x's together. 8x and 6x makes 14x. And minus 12 minus 3 is minus 15. And then the bottom stays exactly the same. If you multiplied out the bottom, would you get it wrong? No, you still get it right, but it's just you've wasted lots of time because you don't need to do it. Is that right? Okay, are we okay with those? Right, I think that was the end of your homework, so I will continue on with the revision. Okay, can I rub this out? Right, so I'll do one from the next section and then you can do one. Right, okay, so the next one is evaluating. So the question will say evaluate. Right, evaluate, girls, means find the value of. So your answer is going to be a number. There's going to be no letters in your answer, just a number. So if you see that word evaluate, the answer is, evaluate means find the value of. So the value is a number, right? No letters, okay? So if I had something like, they're going to tell me x is 2 and y is minus 3. And they're going to ask me to get something like 3x squared plus y squared. Okay, so evaluate means instead of the letters, remembering this is maths class, so those letters stand for numbers. Okay, and they're just telling me what the numbers are. So everywhere you see an x, put in a 2. Everywhere you see y, put in a minus 3. Right, so it's 3 times 2 to be squared plus minus 3 to be squared. What's the best thing to do next? Type it into your calculator as you see it. Okay, because if you don't, you have to deal with BIMDAS. Do you remember BIMDAS or BirdMass or BOMDAS or whatever the hell you learned? Right? So if you don't type it into your calculator, you have to deal with that. Your calculator does all that for you. Right? But just, you need to square first. So BIMDAS says you square before you multiply. So 2 squared, what's 2 squared? Right, and then over here, minus 3 squared. What's minus 3 squared? Plus 9. Okay, I'd say at least 50% of you would have said minus 9. That's why I'm telling you use your calculator. Okay, 3 fours are 12. 12 plus 9 gives me 21. And there's my answer. It's a number. Okay, right. Here's one for you to do. Same values for x and y. Okay, so same, x is still 2 and y is still 3. And I want you to do 2x squared minus 3y squared. Okay? Sorry, yes, I can, of course. So same value for x, same value for y, right? And use your calculator, it'll save you a lot of hassle.
What part are you typing in the calculator? Like 3?
Sorry?
What line are you typing in there?
you type in, you see the way X, this line?
I just heard that email of 57.
Right, okay, did I do it wrong? So, 3, can you type it in again? Right? And then bring it up to me and you can put it there and you can stand over there and I'll have a look and see what you typed.
Yeah, I got 21 minutes, so
You got 21 now, Brent. Right, do the next one and see how you get on. So it's 2 times 2 to be squared minus 3 times minus 3 to be squared. Right, okay, and as I say, into the calculator, don't even try and multiply that out. But it's 2 times 4 minus 3 times 9, which is 8 minus 27, which is minus 19. Did you get that? Okay, now ye would go straight from that line to that line, but that's enough. Show your work, that line's enough. Okay? Right, you don't need, I only did it because I didn't bother typing it into my calculator, so I wanted to write it out. Okay? Yes, Shauna.
I got 35 because I put 2 into bracket instead of x and 3 into bracket instead of 3 and put it in my bracket.
It's minus 3. Did you put in minus 3 or 3?
Oh, sorry.
It's minus 3, yeah. Right. Okay. Are we all okay? Are we good with those? Right, okay. I'll give you a couple of those to revise for homework. So I'm going to write the homework as we go along. And I'll stick it up at the end. Wait now until I see. Do you want to bring it up here to me and throw it down there? Don't count. Is it still on your calculator? Bring it up here. Throw it down there. Well, place it down there. Maybe not throw. Right, okay, so you have 2 bracket 2 squared plus 3 bracket minus 3 squared. Did I do something wrong? 2 bracket 2 squared plus 3 bracket minus 3 squared. That was right. What? Did I do something wrong?
4 in the I don't know, because I probably got it wrong.
Minus 19? Yeah, what is, there's something wrong with this, so?
You did it as a plus. I said minus 3 in the bracket and it's still.
Alright, okay. Do you know when you were putting the minus into the bracket?
Yeah.
Did you do the small minus?
No. I didn't even know it was a small minus.
The small minus is for minuses in front of.
Still
No,
35.
Still 35. What the hell? What? Sorry, I'll give you a white for this in a minute,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it's just annoying me. 2 close bracket squared. Which one is minus? Jesus. Minus. Oh, I know what was wrong. You had a plus in the middle. There's a minus in the middle. Will you do me a favour? Will you do me a favour? Here's a decal wipe that there
Okay.
before you touch it.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even realise.
Yeah, great. Sure. At least we found the mistake because I couldn't see it straight up. Right. Are we all good with these? Are we all good with these? Right. Okay. Next section is solving equations. Right. Okay. So now I have a left side and a right side. Right. So now the next one is going to read solve. So when you see the word solve, girls, the very last line is going to read x equals a number. So x equals 2, x equals 7, x equals minus 4, whatever it is, okay? Right? So here we go, 3x, an easy one to start with, equals 32 minus 2x. Do you think you're okay to go ahead and do it, or do you want me to do this one? You're okay. Build a wall. X is on one side, numbers on the other. Right, I'll leave it to ye for a minute. Right, so x's are over this side, right, numbers are over this side, okay, so 3x is staying put, plus 7 is moving, right, 32 is staying put, minus 2x is moving, plus 7 comes over the wall, becomes a minus 7, minus 2x goes over that way and becomes a plus 2x, so 3x plus 2x will give me 5x, 32 take away 7 will give me 25, and then you divide each side by 5, or just divide across by 5, and you get x equals 5. Are we all okay with solving linear equations? Right, before we move on, I'll just do a slightly harder one, just to make sure, and we have 3 times 2x minus 6 equals 2 times 2x plus 1. Off you go. Multiply into the brackets before you move everything around. Then build a wall, multiply into the brackets, build a wall, x on one side, numbers on the other. So go out and ask him to put on spin. Yeah. Right, okay, multiplying in, you get 6x minus 18 equals 2 by 2x is 4x, 2 by 1 is 2. X is on one side, numbers on the other, build a wall. So 6x is staying put, minus 18 is moving, 4x is moving, 2 is where I want it to be. Minus 18 comes this way and becomes a plus 18, 4x goes the other way and becomes a minus 4x. So 6x minus 4x is 2x. Over this side I have 2 plus 18 gives me 20, and then divide each side by 2, and you end up with x equals 10. Do we get it? Excellent. We all got it? We okay? Right, move on? Moving on. Right, okay. So the next section is on solving, but there's a fraction to start with. So if I said we had something like x plus 4 over 3 minus x plus 2 over 4 equals 7 over 6. Right, so you'd say, oh my god, there's a load of fractions here, so what'll I do? Get a what? Common denominator. So what's the common denominator for 3, 4 and 6, please? 12. So a big long line with 12. I now have a 10 max got. Okay, so if you can't go any further, you've max got. Right, so you go 3 into 12. 3 into 12 goes 4 multiplied by whatever's above the line, which is x plus 4. Then you have a minus sign. 4 into 12 goes 3 multiplied by whatever is above the line, which is x plus 2. And 6 into 12 goes twice 2 multiplied by whatever is above the line is a 7. Now, I can drop my common denominator here. Can someone tell me why I can drop it here and I didn't drop it in the ones earlier on? Because there's an equal sign, right? So when there's an equal sign, when you've evened up both sides, you can knock off the common denominator. So it's gone, right? So when can you knock it off? When there's an equal sign, right? What's the biggest mistake people make? They knock it off when there's no equal sign. So don't be that person, right? Multiplying in, then you get 4x plus 16. Careful here, you're multiplying in by a minus 3x. Minus 3x, a minus by a plus is a minus, 3 2s are 6. Over this side, 2 7s are 14. Right, then we're doing x's on one side, numbers on the other. So here's left side, right side. 4x is where I want it to be. Plus 16 is not. Minus 3x is where I want it to be. Minus 6 needs to move. 14 is over this side, which is where I want it. Plus 16 comes over the wall, becomes minus 16. Minus 6 comes over the wall and becomes plus 6. Okay?
Wait, Mr. Not already plus it.
Sorry? No, because a minus by a plus is a minus. Right? So when you're multiplying in by a minus, don't forget to change the signs. Right? Are we okay now? So it's 4x, take away 3x is x on its own. 14, take away 16 plus 6, right, is minus 2 is 4. Right, do it on the calculator.
Miss, could you just say 4 minus 3 is 1x, and then not bring the signs over and just say 15 minus 6 is...
Yeah, you can put the numbers together before you move them. Right, yes. Cara?
Why did you drop the 12?
Why did I drop the 12? Because the function of the common denominator is to even up both sides. Right, so once you've evened up, it's like a seesaw. Once you've evened, so it was like this, right? Once you've evened up both sides, the 12 has done its job. You don't need it anymore, so drop it. You can only drop it though when you have an equal sign, because in the ones before this, we didn't have an equal sign, and you can't even up both sides because you only have one side. Okay, so you can't drop it until you know what the other side is, and they didn't tell you the other side. So you need an equal sign to drop it. Is that okay? Are we all alright with that? Right, okay, I'll give you one to do. So if you do this one,
Is that over 5?
sorry, over 5, yeah, sorry. I was working on that, wasn't I? The bad writing. Right, done? What do we get? X is 7. Anyone not get X is 7? Right, okay. Right, Kyra, what common denominator did you use? 10. So then you go 5 into 10 goes twice 2 multiplied by whatever's above the line. Equals 2 into 10 goes 5 times 5 multiplied by whatever's above the line. Is that okay? What can I do now? Drop the 10 because I have evened up both sides. So then you just multiply out. 2 by 2x is 4x. 2 by 1 is 2. Over this side, 5 by x is 5x. 5 by minus 1 is minus 5. Right? Build your wall. X is at one side, numbers on the other. 4x is where I want it to be. Plus 2 is not. 5x is not. Just be careful here. This is minus 5. Okay? So the plus 2 comes over the wall this way and goes minus 2. 5x goes over the wall the other way and becomes minus 5x. So 4x take away 5x is minus 1x or just minus x. Minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7. I don't want to know what minus x is, I want to know what plus x is. So just change your signs across. So that means plus x is equal to plus 7. Kyra, did you find your mistake?
I found one of the mistakes, but the other person doesn't want to
The,
My problem is, like, I don't know when to use the signs, like, so if it's like the 2 multiplied by the 2x, or the 2 multiplied by the 1, and the minus the plus, I keep thinking it's minus.
Alright, okay. Well, there was, what might be a good idea for you is if we close the door and on the back of the door the multiplication rules are, would that help?
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll move those from the back of the door up onto the wall, right, okay? Because at the back of the door, you see, before we used to have the door closed, but then them days are over, no doors closed, right? Okay, so I'll stick it up on the wall, right? Would that help? Right, okay. Are we okay with that? Right, okay. I'm going to give you your homework now. Right, okay, so it's page 44. Numbers 9 and 11. Page 45, 11 and 18. I'm actually going to add in some division in there because I want you to revise your division yourself and then I'll iron out any problems tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to add in a couple more there on page 50. We're going to do 6 and 7.
Do you know the division that we did with like the box?
Yeah.
That would be on the test,
Yeah, that's what you're doing. That's what page 56 and 7 are. Okay, so I want you to have a look at those yourselves and we'll iron out any problems tomorrow, okay?
yeah? Do you pull it?
Say that again, pull the board down a small bit, I'll put.